Hi folks, before we begin, please be aware that we are recording this webinar. If you have any questions about the resources, we encourage you to follow up via email at support@electionsgroup.com. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Annie and I'm an election expert with the Elections Group.
And I'm Rebecca. I'm a communications and program manager for the Elections Group.
For those of you who may be joining us for the first time, the Elections Group is an election administration consulting firm. We partner with state and local election officials to implement new programs or improve processes for voters and stakeholders. We provide guidance, resources, and direct management support for jurisdictions. Our team is made up of former election officials and election experts from across the United States. We're pleased to have you all with us today for our 7th highlight of resources for the election administration community. Each week, we will showcase resources from the Elections Group, paired with resources from other organizations in the election space. Every 4 weeks, we'll focus on a different topic and we'll take a deeper dive into the resources available each week.
We will focus on election communications. This week, we are highlighting the election groups, creating a media guide, and the National Association of State Election Directors Elections Communications Toolkit. Let's get right into the resources. A simple media guide is a helpful tool for election offices to make sure journalists and other news people have access to important information about elections. Jurisdictions should plan to have media guides on their websites where it is always available and can easily be updated. This resource is a quick copy-paste template to place on your website and fill in with your jurisdiction's information. There are suggested subheaders and headers that are included, and then you just add your information. The template includes your contact information, important election dates and deadlines like candidate qualifying deadlines, mail ballot request and return deadlines, first and last days of early voting, and even election day. There's an option to include a schedule of events for your office, press releases, vendor information, etc. This is helpful for the media and voters to be able to find a lot of answers to their questions quickly. Again, the link to the resources provided or in the chat or on the page, depending on how you're consuming this. So download them today so that you can get started.
Thank you so much for sharing, Rebecca. The National Association of State Election Directors partnered with the National Association for Media Literacy Education to develop a library of materials for election offices in both English and Spanish. In this toolkit, you'll find customizable social media graphics for Facebook, Instagram, and X, short animated videos, and election-specific media literacy tip sheets. Each of the social media graphics can be customized with your office logo and website URL using Canva or your application of choice. They're available in high resolution for both Facebook, Instagram, and X. The only difference is the dimensions. Links to the Canva templates are on their website. Each individual graphic is also downloadable as PNG files for use in your preferred application. Step-by-step instructions are also included for how to customize these graphics in Canva. There are also 6 videos that you can customize. One runs 30 seconds. The other 5 use text excerpts from the longer video that are 10 to 15 seconds each. They do not have logos or identifying marks, so they can be used by any election office. Each video has music and text, but there are no spoken words, and there are no specific dates, so the videos can be used in any election. The media literacy tip sheets can help voters and other key audiences become more media literate consumers of information about elections and build resilience to false information. The tip sheets answer the following questions. What questions should you ask before sharing information about elections online? What questions should you ask to understand media messages about elections? What do you need to think about when you see images and videos about elections online? How do you know if a source of information about elections is reliable? And how do you protect yourself from false information about elections? There are 2 versions of each one-page tip sheet. One is full length with 5 tips, and the other is a more designed and summarized version of the information. Only the full-length tip sheets are available in Spanish. These can be customized with your logo and website URL using Canva or your application of choice. Step-by-step instructions for customizing the tip sheets are available to download in Canva, as well as sample social media language. Here are some suggested ways to use the tip sheets. You can share on social media, have some in your office to assist your help desk staff. You can distribute them at community events or leave behind at meetings with legislatures or other key audiences. You can crop them and use each tip separately on social media or in presentations, or share with staff and media partners. When implementing these resources, it's helpful to know that every post on social media should include a clickable link to your website. You should utilize the accessibility tools available on social media platforms so your visuals are acceptable to everyone. Posting multiple times per day and recycling content is not considered a faux pas in the world of social media and communications. And finally, communicate in a simple, consistent, and repetitive manner across all of your channels and link to your website as often as possible. We'll include the link to the toolkit in the chat. We also wanted to highlight some examples in the wild of election offices across the country who are doing some really amazing work. Montgomery County, Pennsylvania has an excellent media page on their website. The information has been compiled to assist members of the media covering elections in their county. It includes some state rules regarding media and elections and also some recommendations. There's information on vote counting operations for vote-by-mail ballots and quick links to more information. What I like best about their webpage is that it also includes video B-roll, or video that can be used in the background of a clip, and photos that the media can use. They're available for download right on the media page so that journalists can access them at any time. Kudos to Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, and keep up the great work. Thank you to everyone for joining us today, and thank you to Rebecca for a great discussion. Resources mentioned in today's discussion have been placed into the chat. We'd love to see if you've used any of these resources provided in our chat so far. If you've used or customized one of the resources, let us know. Send us an email with a screenshot or description. And as always, our inbox is open if you have any additional questions. Please email us at support@electionsgroup.com. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.